Ancient Spartans were reportedly doing 300-pound stone lifts in their 50s and fighting in battles well into their 60s. Meanwhile, modern guys hit 30, and their doctors telling them to take it easy, maybe stick to light cardio. What's going on here? The Spartans had something we lost. Not genetics, not testosterone, but a training system that actually worked with aging bodies instead of destroying them. And here's what really doesn't make sense. These warriors were carrying 60-pound shields and bronze armor in 100-degree heat, fighting for hours without gassing out. They built that kind of functional strength and endurance without gym memberships, without supplements, and definitely without following some influencer's shred program. So what did the Spartans understand about building muscle that we're completely missing today? The Spartan training system was called the Ago-G, and it focused on something modern fitness completely ignores: sustainable strength. They trained for decades, not weeks. No Spartan warrior was grinding out max effort sets every day or chasing pump sessions in the gym. They did controlled, explosive movements with perfect form, and they never trained to the point where they couldn't fight the next day. Because in their world, being too sore to move wasn't just inconvenient, it could get you killed. Research into ancient Greek athletics shows they understood periodization before we even had a word for it. Heavy days, light days, rest day. They built power through consistency, not by destroying themselves. And that's exactly what your body needs as you age. You don't recover like you did at 20. Your joints can't handle the constant beating, but you can still build serious muscle and strength if you train like a Spartan instead of a 20-year-old bodybuilder. The foundation of Spartan training was something called pankration and strength circuits. Pankration was their combat sport, basically ancient MMA, but the strength work was pure functional movement. Heavy stone carries, rope climbs, sprints up hills, bodyweight circuits repeated throughout the day. Sound familiar? It's basically what CrossFit tried to recreate, except the Spartans weren't redlining their heart rate and collapsing in a puddle. They kept intensity high, but volume manageable. Here's the part that matters for you. They did explosive power work, but not every day, maybe twice a week. The rest of the time was skill work, moderate intensity circuits, and mobility. That's the secret. Your nervous system can't handle constant heavy loading, but it can absolutely handle explosive work if you give it time to recover. And when you combine that with higher rep bodyweight circuits, you build muscle, improve mobility, and keep your joints healthy. This is real-world strength that actually lasts. This is a 3-day-per-week program, but you're also doing a 10-minute bodyweight circuit every morning, just like the Spartans did at dawn. Spartan soldiers would start every day with calisthenics before training or battle. High-rep bodyweight movements to wake up the body, get blood flowing, and keep joints healthy. So Monday, you're starting with a power movement, box jumps or broad jumps. 4 sets of 5 reps with full recovery between sets. We're talking 2 to 3 minutes of rest. This isn't cardio. You're training your fast twitch muscle fibers, the ones that give you explosive strength and power. After 40, you lose these fibers faster than anything else. But the good news is they respond incredibly well to explosive training as long as you're not overdoing it. Stop each set while you still feel fresh. If your jumps start getting sloppy or slow, you're done. Then you move to Bulgarian split squats, 4 sets of 8 reps per leg with moderate weight. Spartans did a ton of single leg work because fighting, running, and climbing all require serious single leg stability. This exercise builds functional leg strength, improves balance, and bulletproofs your knees. Use dumbbells or a barbell, whatever you have. Keep your torso upright, control the descent, and drive through your front heel. After split squats, you're doing pull-ups, 4 sets of 6 to 8 reps. Add weight if you can, use a band if you need to. The Spartans were obsessed with pulling strength because climbing ropes, walls, and cliffs was part of their daily life. Pull-ups build that thick, strong back that supports your posture and keeps your shoulders healthy as you age. Finish with a farmer's carry. 3 sets of 40 to 60 seconds with heavy dumbbells or kettlebells. Walk with perfect posture, shoulders back, core tight. Spartans carried heavy loads for miles. This builds grip strength, core stability, and the kind of everyday strength that makes real life easier. That's Monday. 4 exercises, you're done in 45 minutes. Wednesday starts with medicine ball slams or kettlebell swings. 4 sets of 10 reps, this is your explosive movement for the day. Medicine ball slams are pure power. You're loading your hips, generating force through your core, and slamming that ball into the ground as hard as you can. If you don't have a medicine ball, do kettlebell swing. Same idea, explosive hip drive, full body power. This movement builds functional strength, improves your ability to generate force quickly, and keeps your posterior chain strong. After slams or swings, you move to push-ups. 4 sets of 12 to 15 reps. Spartan warriors did hundreds of push-ups, but not all at once. They spread volume throughout the day and never went to failure. You're doing the same thing here. Stop a few reps short of failure every set. Perfect form on every rep. Chest to the ground, elbows at 45 degrees, core tight. If regular push-ups are too easy, elevate your feet. If they're too hard, elevate your hands. Then lunges. 4 sets of 10 reps per leg. Walking lunges if you have space. Reverse lunges if you don't. Use dumbbells for added resistance. Lunges build single leg strength, improve hip mobility, and teach your body how to move efficiently through space. Spartans trained movement patterns, not just muscle. That's what makes this program so effective for real-world strength. Finish with planks, 3 sets of 45 to 60 seconds, not crunches. Planks. Spartans needed rock-solid core stability to fight in armor, carry shields, and maintain balance on uneven terrain. Planks build that deep core strength without beating up your lower back. Keep your body in a straight line, don't let your hips sag, and breathe normally. That's Wednesday. 4 exercises, done. Now here's what separated Spartan warriors from everyone else. Every single morning, you're doing a 10-minute bodyweight circuit before breakfast. The Spartans did this at sunrise every single day. It wasn't about getting tired, it was about movement quality, waking up the body, and building work capacity over time. Here's the circuit. 3 to 5 rounds with minimal rest. 10 to 15 push-ups, 15 to 20 bodyweight squats, 10 hanging knee raises or leg raises, and 20 walking lunges. Rest about 60 seconds between rounds. The whole thing takes 10 minutes, maybe less. But here's the critical part. This should feel manageable. You're working at about 50 to 60% of your maximum capacity. If you can do 25 push-ups when you're going all out, you're only doing 12 or 13 here. If your max squats are 40, you stop at 20. You are not training to failure on these morning circuits. Just smooth, controlled reps that wake up your body and get your blood moving. This is how you build serious volume without burning yourself out. The Spartans understood something modern fitness forgot. Frequency beats intensity. Doing 100 push-ups spread across 7 days builds more muscle and keeps your joints healthier than doing 100 push-ups in one brutal session. This daily circuit is where a huge chunk of your results come from. 10 minutes every morning, not optional. Now, if you're dealing with stiffness, joint pain, or that feeling like your body just doesn't move the way it used to, you need to address that before you even start this program. I put together a guide called Reboot Your Body specifically for this. It's a 30-day plan that rebuilds your foundation, fixes the weak stabilizer muscles causing your pain, and gets your mobility back to where it should be. There's a 7-minute morning routine that unlocks tight hips and shoulders, plus specific fixes for back pain, knee pain, and neck issues. If you've been ignoring these problems, this is your reset button. Check the link in the description. It'll get your body ready to handle real training again. Friday is your 3rd training day, and this is where you bring everything together. You start with a power movement again, depth jumps or box jump over. 3 sets of 5 reps. Depth jumps are advanced. You step off a box, land, and immediately explode up. This trains your stretch reflex and builds serious lower body power. If that's too much, stick with box jump over. Jump up, step down, repeat. Full recovery between sets. Your nervous system needs time to reset between explosive efforts. After jumps, you're doing goblet squats. 4 sets of 10 reps. Hold a dumbbell or kettlebell at your chest, squat deep, and stand up. This is one of the best exercises for building leg strength while keeping your joints healthy. It forces you into good posture and lets you load the movement without destroying your spine. Then inverted rows, 4 sets of 10 to 12 reps. Set up a barbell in a rack at waist height, lie underneath it, and pull your chest to the bar. This is the perfect pulling exercise if you're working on your pull-up strength or if regular pull-ups beat up your shoulders. It builds your upper back, improves posture, and strengthens all the stabilizer muscles that keep your shoulders healthy. Finish with Turkish get-ups, 3 sets of 3 reps per side. This was a cornerstone of ancient warrior training, and for good reason. It builds shoulder stability, core strength, and full body coordination all at once. Start light, focus on perfect technique, and never rush the movement. If you've never done these before, start with just your body weight or a light dumbbell. That's Friday, 4 exercises. Your entire training week is done. Let's talk about how this program progresses, because this is where most people screw it up. Week 1 and week 2, you follow the plan exactly as written. Monday, Wednesday, Friday with those specific exercises and rep ranges. Week 3 and week 4, you add weight, not reps. Weight. Your Bulgarian split squats were using 30-pound dumbbells. Now they're 35s. Your goblet squats were 50 pounds. Now they're 55 or 60. Small jumps, nothing crazy. Then week 5 comes, and this is where it gets interesting. Week 5 is a deload. You drop the weight back down by about 20 to 30%, and you cut 1 set from every exercise. So your 4 sets of split squats become 3 sets, and the weight you're using is lighter. It's going to feel easy. You're going to want to do more. Don't. Your body needs this recovery week to adapt and get stronger. This is when muscle growth actually happens. Skipping the deload is the fastest way to stall out or get injured. Week 6, you come back to normal volume, but with slightly heavier weight than week 1. Maybe 5 pounds more on your main lifts. Then you repeat the cycle, 2 weeks normal, 2 weeks heavier, 1 week deload. This is periodization, and it's how you keep making progress year after year without burning out. Here's the other thing nobody talks about. The Spartans didn't just train their bodies, they trained their minds. Mental toughness was as important as physical strength. Showing up every single day when you don't feel like it. Doing the morning circuit when you'd rather stay in bed. Sticking to the plan when your ego wants to add more weight or more reps. That's the real test. Anybody can go hard for a week. Spartans trained for 30 years. That's the difference. Consistency beats intensity every single time. And as you age, consistency is what keeps you injury-free, strong, and capable for the rest of your life. This program works if you follow it. The moment you start tweaking it, adding your own ideas, or trying to optimize it, you're breaking what made it effective in the first place. Train like a Spartan, show up, do the work, and trust the process. The biggest mistakes people make with this program are the same ones that ruined thousands of Spartan wannabes over the centuries. Mistake 1, going too hard on the explosive movements. Box jumps and medicine ball slams should feel powerful, not exhausting. If you're breathing heavy after a set of jumps, you did too many reps or didn't rest long enough. These are power movements. Power requires a fresh nervous system. Stop while you still feel explosive. Mistake 2, skipping the morning circuits. I'll just do the 3 main workouts. I don't need the bodyweight stuff. Wrong. The morning circuits are 30 to 40% of your total weekly volume. That's where you're building work capacity, improving movement quality, and keeping your joints healthy. 10 minutes every morning, that's the deal. Mistake 3, training to failure on everything. The Spartans never trained to failure. If you're grinding out reps, shaking, barely finishing the set, you're doing it wrong. Leave 2 to 3 reps in the tank on every set. You build strength through perfect reps and consistent training, not by destroying yourself. Failure creates fatigue, and fatigue kills progress. Your recovery isn't what it used to be. Respect that. Mistake 4, not resting long enough between sets. 2 to 3 minutes feels like forever, especially if you're used to circuit training or fast-paced workouts. But rest is where power comes from. Your nervous system needs time to recover between explosive efforts. If you rush your rest periods, your performance drops, your form gets sloppy, and you're just accumulating junk volume. Rest until you're ready to perform the next set with quality. Mistake 5, adding extra exercises. This program is simple on purpose. 3 to 4 exercises per day, done with focus and intensity. Every extra movement you add steals recovery from the main lifts. And the main lifts are what build real strength and muscle. If you want to add some ab work or extra mobility, fine. But don't start throwing in bicep curls and tricep extensions. That's not what this program is for. Mistake 6, trying to progress faster than the program allows. Week 6 comes around and you feel strong, so instead of adding 5 pounds like the plan says, you jump up 10 or 15 pounds. This works for exactly 2 cycles. Then you hit a wall. Small jumps compound over time. Adding 5 pounds every 6 weeks puts 40 pounds on your squat in a year. And you can keep doing that year after year because you're never overreaching. That's how the Spartans built warriors who stayed strong into their 60s. Slow, steady progress that compounds over decades. The Spartan system lasted for centuries because it worked. Not for a season, not for a year, but for an entire lifetime. Modern fitness is obsessed with intensity and short-term results. 6-week shreds, 30-day transformations, max effort every session. And it leaves people broken, burned out, and weaker at 50 than they were at 40. The Spartan way is different. You're building a body that lasts. Functional strength, joint health, mobility, and power that stays with you as you age. You're training movements, not muscle. You're building work capacity without destroying your recovery. And you're doing it in a way that actually fits into real life. 3 training days per week, 10 minutes every morning. That's it. No 2-hour gym sessions. No complicated splits. No beating yourself into the ground and hoping you recover. Just smart, effective training that builds the kind of strength you can actually use. Strong legs for hiking, climbing stairs, and playing with your kids. A powerful back that supports good posture and keeps you pain-free. Explosive power that makes you feel athletic instead of old. And the confidence that comes from knowing your body works the way it should. That's what this program delivers. That's what Spartan training was always about. Not looking good for a photo shoot, building a body that performs, that lasts, and that gets better with time instead of falling apart. Follow the plan, do the work. And in 6 months, you'll move better, feel stronger, and have the kind of functional fitness that most guys your age have already given up on. That's the Spartan way. Now go earn it.